After the 2 full days of braiding it took to put this hairstyle in, you could not convince me to redo nothing. Like, yes, retouching my hairline at the very least would have been cute, but I think it's also cute when your braids look lived in, because mother never gave, you need a retwist. But it has been exactly 6 weeks and 4 days, and the new growth is going crazy. So I think it's time to let go. For my scalp, I continue to use the oil infusion that I made, but for the last week or so, I've been using the Sacred Refreshing Spray, hoping that it would keep my dandruff under control, and I don't know whether to be grateful or upset for the $38 that I will regularly spending keeping this in stock. This actually works. Braids themselves actually still look great. Like, there's minimal unraveling at the ends, the weaving still looks smooth and shiny, and that's after washing them, by the way. One place that I did have a lot of unraveling actually was this one section that's just really soft and also really fine. But it's kind of a look. And my nails just happen to be the perfect length so that I don't need a comb to take these out. However, you will still need one, not to detangle, but to remove the hair that has shed, because any hairstyle that fights gravity doesn't leave room for your strands to fall freely, and it traps them where they are. And all of this may look like a lot of hair, you lose an average of 50 to 100 strands per day. So for as long as I had these braids in, this is normal, unless the strands that you see coming out are shorter than the length of your hair. If you inspect it, typically you should notice little white bulbs at the top of the hair, and that tells you that the hair has naturally shed from the scalp. This is called the follicle sheath. It's basically the lining of your follicle. So if you don't notice it, or specifically that your hair is much shorter than the usual length of your hair, layers included, that is breakage. To get through my length quickly, I followed this tip, and I did it in 2 stages. First, I unraveled the bottom of my hair because, as the commenter mentioned, this does not work if you borrow hair while braiding. And I know that I definitely did that a few times when I got to the ends of my hair, since I have a little bit of layers. So the technique is you isolate one section out of the 3 strands and then you pull it out entirely. Then all you have to do is pull the last 2 pieces apart. I did it in 2 sections, like mid shaft and then again closer to the scalp, so that I would be less likely to tangle my hair since it is, on the longer side. And then I undid the root section like normal, because this technique is most effective when you can actually see what you're doing. Now, if you know me, you know that I feel very strongly about exfoliation, mostly chemical, but a good body scrub will always have my heart, especially these bars from Soft Service because they work, and minimal packaging. I don't have to worry about recycling or upcycling a jar, just a piece of paper that I'm probably gonna junk journal anyway, so it's not even gonna go in the trash. Really scrubby and actually effective, as opposed to like salt or sugar. They do give you something, it's just not this much. And if you want to see these in action, I filmed them and washing my hair for an updated hair care routine video per your request. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you do and you won't miss it. Also, if you wanted a hyperpigmentation update or routine, that regimen includes microdermabrasion. So this device is what I've been using. It's from Cuore. It has a diamond tip similar to that of like the cuticle bits that I would use when I do my nails with an e-file. And the hole in the middle is the suction so that you get strong contact with your skin. I only go over the area that I'm treating because if you have KP, you know your skin is more sensitive than you think. So you have to be careful because this is what overexfoliation can look like. And we don't want that. So I followed up with my soothing aftercare as usual, of which everything that I'm using is always linked in the description box if you need any details. And speaking of nails, it's also time to say goodbye to the tortoise. Remember, if there's any gel that is resistant to you nudging at it, especially if it feels like it's kind of thick, you may not have completely filed through the top coat or enough of the color coat. So just file it a tiny bit more and reapply your foil, which is what I planned to do. But then I said, wait, let me show y'all how this bit works. You probably can't tell from this angle, but there are basically just vertical lines. So there's no diamond texture to it. There's no sanding. It kind of just like folds to lift the gel off of your nail without affecting your natural nail at all. It is genius. I don't know why this isn't more popular, but I found it years ago. It's a Korean brand, but I will still try to link it. And don't even get me started if you're a nail tech, because this will be perfect for your business. You do still need to soak the gel off because it needs to be like kind of soft, but it is still a time saver because your soak off service could be shorter. Speaking of professional, nothing says I am a professional more than a website that reflects just that. Having a central location where clients and potential clients can schedule appointments instead of sending DMs is priceless. Like having a place that people can view your portfolio without having to necessarily rely on an algorithm to bring eyes to your work is also invaluable, and so much more. You can even send out newsletters to showcase promotions or holiday specials. And even if you don't do nails, all of those features are still available for whatever services you may offer both offline and online, including selling webinars or subscriptions or tangible merchandise. So if you haven't already, you can sign up at www.squarespace.com/abetweene to save 10% off of your first purchase.
Hi, Barbie.
So as you probably noticed, this video has been kind of like a reset, taking out and undoing so that I can create a new fresh canvas and we can build on top of it. So in the next episode, we will actually style my hair, exfoliate, moisturize, accessorize, and do all the things.